Guys, I'm here today to do a review over the 5th episode of the new Hawkeye show. If you're wondering, I don't normally wear kangaroo costumes when I'm doing my videos, but I thought it would be fun, so I decided to do it. Yeah, so let's get started with this. I just thought I would tell you why I'm wearing a kangaroo outfit today. Yeah, so let's get started with this. I personally loved this episode so much. Every single second of it was just so cool, and once again, the cliffhangers in Marvel shows are just phenomenal, but I feel like this show really has some great ones. So, and this one was no different. I'm going to start the non-spoiler section now, so if you've not watched the episode, you can still continue to watch this section of the video and not get spoiled, so come join us if you want. I personally loved everything they did with this show. All the characters and the humor and the action was really great. There was one scene in particular I will talk about more in depth in the spoiler section that I think had some really great action. You probably know what I'm talking about if you don't, if you have watched the show, but yeah, that one scene in particular with Clint was really, really cool, how they did all that stuff in it. I think it's gonna really help the story continue, and I love that. So, I really like the action, especially in that scene, but in the whole entire show. The characters, the new and the old characters, had some great character development, and we got to learn some more about some of these characters, and it was just really awesome. I loved that. And then finally, the humor. The humor was really great. As always, Yelena was hilarious. Yelena was probably the funniest out of this episode, I would say. I loved her. If you've not watched the new Black Widow movie, you need to. It's not really new anymore, but it's one of the newest Marvel movies. I really enjoyed it. It's a good movie. Go check it out if you haven't, especially if you are watching this show, because there are some characters from Black Widow that you'll be like, who is that, if you have not watched it. So, okay, I'm gonna go on to the spoilers now. To end the non-spoiler section, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I had a great time with it, and I would highly recommend it. Now let's get started with the spoiler section in 3, 2, 1. Okay, hi to the people that are still here. Goodbye to the people that aren't. I will now be spoiling, so if you do not want to be spoiled, you should have left when I said to, but if you haven't already left, leave now. Okay. Good job, guys. Awesome. I have to start with Helena. I have to. And she's awesome. We don't get a lot of her in this scene. The big section she's in is when she's talking to Kate and they eat mac and cheese, which was a great scene. It was so funny. It started with Helena being like, I'm not gonna kill you. I don't have any weapons on me. Okay, that's not true. I don't have any weapons in my hands. Okay, that's not true either. But I don't want to hurt you. That was a really funny line, and how they delivered it was really good. Their comedy was really great. I love Yelena's comedy and everything that Yelena's actor does. Okay. That was probably my favorite scene that she was in, but she's not in a whole lot of it. She is in that scene, and then, of course, the last scene. So, yeah, the last scene. I'll get to that in a little bit. But I was so excited because I actually got something right with the end of these shows for once. Yeah, and I actually think it's going to be done really well. Okay, so let's move on from Yelena for a little bit and go to Clint. Clint and everything with him was just so cool. We got to see him as Ronin, and he fought Maya, and he actually was using sign language, which was so cool. I am loving what they're doing with sign language in this show and all the ways that they are using it, I just think it's just really amazing to be able to see that. I just personally liked that whole scene. The one important thing with Maya, I think I have to talk about, so now we're going to go more to Maya. It's basically talking about the Ronin scene also, is how Clint told Maya that they were hired from whoever is in charge of Maya. And it seems like Echo or Maya or whatever you want to call her partner was in on that, which makes me really sad because I thought his character was really great. He actually was communicating with her through sign language, which I thought was really cool, and he just seemed like a pretty cool guy, and just kind of got in the wrong situation, kind of like Echo, but I guess now he's a bad guy. I hope he's not, because I really liked him. Just everything with that scene I was not expecting that, to be honest, at all. And everything with that scene was just done so well. All the acting was done really cool, was just really cool. And then to add on to that, this was the scene I was talking about with really cool action. Everything that Ronin does with the action to fight these people was just done so well, and I loved it. All those parts were it was just amazing. I loved that scene. And to add on to it, how Kate ends it with, that was just really cool too. I loved Kate. Let's move on to Kate now. Kate was really cool, as always. She is really fun. I love seeing her and through this show, and just her relationship with Clint really was, I don't know how to explain it. At the beginning of the show, they were separated because, of course, what happened with Elena at the end of the last episode, and then once Kate saved Clint's life, they were kind of like, okay, I guess we can be partners again. And so now they're partners again. But how they ended the show was Kate's mom's the bad guy. I called it. Just something about her just did not seem right, and I was right. I was so happy. But also that means I have to wait a week, and I don't really want to do that because I miss these characters and all that stuff. But yeah, it'll be okay. So hopefully it's all good, and because just that ending was super cool with Kate's mom being like a bad guy. I really liked everything about this show so far, with the action, especially with that Ronin scene, and all the characters are just so cool. And I really hope Elena finds out that Clint's not actually a terrible person and was not the reason that Natasha died, and that like maybe she can be a part of the Avengers and not replace Natasha, because no one will replace Natasha, because Natasha is just amazing. Because I feel like that's what they were going for in Black Widow, was like, she's gonna be the new Black Widow, which would be really cool because I love Elena. But I hope they don't like just erase Natasha after this, because that would be really sad. But yeah, there's that. But I'm really excited to see Elena and what they do in this show, because I love Elena. She's a great character and just all that stuff. The other thing is, Kate's stepdad was the one arrested, so I hope that he gets out of that, because although he looked suspicious, but I was like, Marvel's not gonna do it. They're gonna have a twist villain. If you look back at another one of my reviews, I don't know which one it is. I have no idea. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that would be too obvious, and it might be her mom, but I wasn't sure. And as the episodes were going, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be her mom, because she was getting more suspicious and more suspicious. So, yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do to that, but everything will be so good. I'm so excited for the next episode. I hope you guys are too. Be on the lookout for another review when that comes out. To end my thoughts, I thought it was a really great episode. I would highly recommend it. It's super fun, and I just love this show. It's such a great show. It has great characters, great comedy, great action, just all of the above. It's awesome. So yeah, it's now been almost 11 minutes, so I'll leave you guys now. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I love you 3000, and stay safe. Bye guys!